a few dots and dashes. If you walk along the beach, as we pointed out, and you see John loves Mary, that's enough information to say this is from intelligence. But they see 100 million pages of information, and no, that just happened. That's not intelligence. But if we saw a few dots and dashes, that'd prove intelligent life in outer space. Does that make sense to you? It just shows the power of the prejudice against something besides natural origins. So, when we talk about this degenerative law, the second law of thermodynamics that pervades the universe, the simple explanation, well, it's open to energy of the sun, provides a necessary requirement to overcome the degenerative process, but it's not sufficient. You also need information. And in that simplest cell, you need an explanation for 100 million pages worth of information in the simplest cell we know anything about. Okay, you got part of the answer, the energy. Where's the other part of the answer? Where did the information come from? And I've asked that question on college campuses all over the country over and over again. And you know what they say? You just heard the answer. They don't have one. Oh, we got energy from the sun, yes, but that's not really the answer, is it? That won't do the trick. Not only do we see this in the world around us, I think we see evidence of this degenerative process everywhere we look. One place the evolutionists wouldn't expect to see it is in the life of the past, and we'll talk more about that when we speak of the fossil record Friday evening. But it is a degenerative process, and while we have all of these little books that show upward increase of the animals and the little horse charts and the graduated man charts, that's not what you see in the fossil record. Even Stephen Gould acknowledges this when he says the sweep of anatomical diversity, all the different forms of anatomy, how many, well, you've got a maximum right after the initial diversification of multicellular animals. In other words, when it starts, that's the way it is. It's more diverse than it is now. The later history of life preceded by elimination, not expansion. It's going downhill. And it was larger in the past, and we have degenerated. Now, you've read that in your textbook, right? Don't think so. But this textbook acknowledges in this geology text that mammalian life was richer in kinds of